I find it really funny that everybody in the comments keeps saying, if you really loved each other, you would never play games. You wouldn't play all these games. What games am I telling you guys to play? Where are the games? I'm telling you how to follow your natural instincts. Human nature. There's no game. It's structure. It's a system. It's biology. I am not telling you to play games. I'm telling you to follow your nature. Any amount of you not following your nature, that is you playing games. That is you being manipulative. It is natural for a man not to focus on his woman and focus on his purpose and his mission and his future. It is natural for a man to love God instead of loving his woman, because in turn, that allows him to love his woman if he so desires. That allows him to take care of his woman. That allows him to take care of his children. If you just love a woman with your whole heart and you don't love anything else, you'll never go out there and conquer life. You will not make money. You will not be resourceful. I am not telling you guys to play games. When I tell you guys not to text her and call her every single day, I'm not telling you to manipulate her to get her to love you, even though that's what it's going to do. But this is not manipulation, because if you aren't doing something, you aren't manipulating anything. There's absence of action. It cannot be manipulation because it is a lack of action. You are not doing anything to manipulate her, which is manipulating her, but it's not manipulation because you aren't doing anything. It is attraction. That is what women are attracted to. They want a man who isn't focused on them, because a man who isn't focused on them and is focused on the things he's supposed to be focused on, which is the future, his purpose, becoming powerful, will then in turn allow him to take care of that woman. That man is safe for her. That man can provide for her. And regardless of what women say, see, women are going to say they want flowers and they want the man that cares and they want the guy who's going to be their best friend and call him 24/7. This is just a filter. Never listen to what women say they want, because all they're doing is filtering you out. If you give them what they want, they will filter you out as a weak man, because the only man that will give a woman what she wants is a man who never gets laid. That's it. You understand? If you always got laid and had a bunch of options and a woman comes to you and she goes, I need flowers every day at this time on Friday and I need you to call me every day to check up on me and see how I'm doing. You would only do that if you never get laid. And her mind calculates this. And when you do everything she asks for, she goes, you never get laid. If you never get laid, that means that you have no options. If you have no options, that means that you aren't valuable. If you aren't valuable, she can't be attracted to you. Look, it's this simple. Attraction is built off of your value. Women are attracted to your resources, to the value that you can provide. Now, you might have looks, money, and status, but what happens is a lot of these guys with looks, money, and status, like Tom Brady and all these dudes that get cheated on and divorced, what happens is gets to a point where they become so bent for the woman forgets that the man has all those resources. Because now what happens is the man bends his entire life for the woman, and now he's not demonstrating options, or at least he's not demonstrating options better than that woman. And now that woman knows that she's the best. She has full control over the man. She can do whatever she wants. She can walk all over him. And remember, it's in a woman's nature to test you in a way where you are going to make the mistakes. Like, she is trying to lead you to hell. She is trying to misguide you because she wants to make sure every day, this never stops. The tests never stop till you're 150 years old. It'll never stop. They will test you and test you and test you to make sure every day that you are the man you are supposed to be. And if one day you fall weak, they will leave you for a man that hasn't fallen weak. They will leave you for a man that hasn't fallen to his knees, literally got down on his knees and proposed. They will leave you for a man that doesn't care to be loyal to them. They will leave you for a man that doesn't care to FaceTime them every single night. That is the way it works, because that man is safe. Regardless of what anybody has ever told you, oh, yeah, well, her knowing that you're always there for her and all this is safety and it's secure. No, it's not. No, no. Because the only reason you're doing that, it's illogical for you to be there for a woman every single day of your life. The only person you should be there for every single day of your life is yourself. That's logical. Because the only person that's going to be there for you when you're down is you. So you need to keep yourself powerful. In turn, that is going to allow you to take care of the woman that you want to take care of and the children that you have and your family, your parents, and the people you love. That's what it is. Not focusing on a woman, not cuddling in bed with a woman. So anything that a woman tells you, she is trying to make sure that she is with the best option. She is with the best man, the most resourceful man. And this is demonstrated through one thing and one thing only, and that's options. So this is the thing. If a man gets married to a woman, the woman now knows she's his best option. If she wasn't his best option, he would never get married. So the second you get married, she knows she's your best option. If she knows she's your best option, she can no longer 100% submit to you. Why? Because she knows you don't want to leave her. And then on top of that, these men will get married. So now, not only do you not, she knows you don't want to leave her because obviously she's the best to you because you're committed to her. She's the best for you. You can't do better than her. Now you decided to marry her. So what does that mean? Well, it means something very, very simple that you can't do better than her. Because the only reason a man marries a woman is because he thinks he finally found the one and she's the best one. And the woman knows that if you marry her, you think that she's the best. And now what happens is she'll go to the club. She'll be disrespectful because she knows she's the best. And remember, it's in her nature to try and break you every single day of her life. So she's going to do all the same tests. The tests are not going to stop just because you married her. And the thing is, you cannot pass the tests anymore because you do not have the leverage to pass the tests. It's like she took the sword away from you. You no longer have the sword to defend yourself against the tests because she holds the power. If you don't listen to her, like this is the thing, she's going to test you and she's going to say, "I'm going to the club," and there's nothing you can do about it. She's going to say, "I'm going to hang out with guys, like my guy friends," and there's nothing you can do about it. Why? Because she can take your money. If you have an issue with something that she's doing and you decide, "Oh, I'm going to divorce you." Well, guess what? Okay, great, divorce me. I'm going to take your money. And then you're not going to divorce me because you don't want to go to court and you don't want to deal with me taking custody over the children. That's it. Done, finished. Leverage, given up for no reason, absolutely no reason. There is no benefit in you getting married. Well, I want to have kids. Well, what if I don't? What if I want to have kids? Well, you don't have to get married to have children. Well, I want to follow God. You want to follow God? When Jesus Christ walked the earth, marriage was about transaction. It was a transactional agreement. The father decided that this man that he found is worthy of taking care of his daughter. So a marriage was arranged. 99% of marriages were arranged. A marriage was arranged to make sure that his daughter wouldn't die off of a lack of resources. So they tied those two people together, a transactional agreement. The daughter gives up her virginity for the man's resources to ensure the survival of the woman. That's what it was. Nowadays, what do men and women get married for? It's not about transactional agreement. It's about love. Marriage has nothing to do with love. You cannot have the purest form of love if you are married to a woman. She can never love you as much as she can love you if you aren't married to her. I'll tell you why. People don't know what love is. Love is sacrifice. Think of the two people you love more than anyone on this planet Earth. And now think of the two people that you would sacrifice the most for. It's the same two people that you love more than everybody. Love is sacrifice. Love is not sunshine and rainbows. Love is not a woman telling you how much she loves you and how great you are. And no, that's validation. Okay. That's not love. Love is that woman stays with you regardless of what you say to her and regardless of whether you cheat on her or not. You cheat on her and she still stays with you. She loves you so much. She is willing to sacrifice the loyalty, that desire for loyalty, to stay with you. The ultimate form of love is if a woman stays with you through everything, right? Isn't that the point? Like you go to jail and she still stays with you. That's love. Sacrifice. She is willing to throw away her happiness because a life where you aren't in it is a life that isn't worth living to her. How do you get a woman to that point? You do not do it through cuddling in bed with her. You do not do it through buying her flowers. You do not do it through sitting on FaceTime with her every night. You do it through becoming somebody that is worth sacrificing for. And what do women need? What do women want? What are they programmed to look for? Resources. So every single day of your life, you need to be out there attaining as much power and resources as possible because then you are somebody who is worth sacrificing for. That's it. If you want a woman to love you, you need to be somebody that she is willing to sacrifice for. That's all it is. But here's the nuance. There's a nuance. So, well, what about Tom Brady? A lot of people are like, well, Elon Musk, these guys get divorced. They got married. That is their issue. They got married. The woman cannot love that. Regardless of all his resources, in her mind, in her female mind, she goes, I think I can do better. Why? Because she is emasculating that man. Remember, they always conduct their tests. And now she's conducting her tests. But now they're married. And now she has the leverage. And now the man doesn't have the leverage. And the man can't catch her bluffs. And now if she says something, it's going to be like this. Or, you need to clean the house because I clean too much and I want you to help me. What is the man going to say? No? Oh, you got a problem with it? We're going to divorce. If you're not married to her, she cannot emasculate you. And she can submit to you 100%. Because what is she going to do? Divorce you? Take your money? She can't. There is no agreement. She can't take anything from you. So she either submits 100%, or if she wants the relationship to end, fine. The relationship is going to end, but she doesn't gain anything from it. She doesn't get custody of the children. She doesn't get the house. Nothing. There is no power. And here's the thing. The modern world has an issue with this. Well, women it needs to be equal. No, it doesn't, because a woman having a lack of power, a woman having no power is the point. A woman losing in the relationship in the sense of she doesn't have the authority to decide anything is the point. It is feminine for a woman to submit. It is not masculine for a man to submit. This is why feminism is destroying everything. If a man submits even a little bit, he is now less attractive than the man that doesn't have to submit at all. That's it. A woman will look at two guys, if they're exactly the same, but one is married to her and one isn't. Let's say it's two alternate universes. She can submit more to the guy who isn't married to her because she has no power over him, because she has no leverage over him. So it's either his way or the highway. It's either you listen to me or you pack your bags and you get the hell out. Which man is more of a man? Is she living a worse life because she doesn't get her way? No, because women don't have an issue with not getting their way. They're going to tell you they have an issue with not getting their way. Why? Let's go back to what I said earlier. Because they're testing you. They want to see, they're going to tell you, well, I need to have my way and it needs to be equal, because they want to see which man is bent over and desperate and low value and is low on options and never gets laid through, oh, okay, fine, we can make things equal. Because remember, the only guy that's gonna submit, and the only guy that's going to agree with her and go, yeah, let's have things equal, is the guy that never gets laid. So he has to make that compromise because he doesn't have any other options. So it's either he listens to her or he continues not getting laid for 6 months or a year or however long. That's what it is. So that's it. Women don't actually want what they say they want. So all these girls talking about, I want equality. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not. Feminism is ruining humanity. It is against humanity. If something is against female and male attraction, that means it is against the creation of life. That means it is against the idea, it is against reproduction, which means it's against the human race. It goes that deep. This is a virus. This is the end of the world. This is the end of the world. This is how they're going to do it. This is how they're going to divide the people. They're going to eliminate the middle class. There are going to be the peasants and the rich. And it's all going to be because the peasants fell for this idea called equality, which is not how the world works, feminism. And now they no longer have the power to get to the top. This goes so much deeper than you can imagine. I'm going to save that for another video. The point being, if a woman loses in a relationship where she doesn't get her way, that's fine, because women don't have an issue with submitting, regardless of what they say. Now, if a man submits, he's not a man anymore. He's a woman. The man in power, the king, doesn't have to submit to anyone. That's what makes him the king. So all of you guys need to reprogram your mind. Escape this programming, this societal expectation that the world has of you. You're not anti-woman. You aren't playing games. You aren't manipulating anything or anyone. You are just being a man. You are just living life. You are focused on yourself, and there is nothing wrong with that. You stop sitting on FaceTime like a pathetic loser. You stop buying her flowers every day. You stop trying to make her happy 24/7, and you do what you want to do because it's what you want to do, and because you understand that the only way you're ever going to live an abundant life where everything goes your way and you live the life that you want to have is by only doing whatever you want to do. Because you know what? When everything's going to hell and the plane is crashing, the only way you can help somebody is by helping yourself first. You put the mask on first, and then you can help others. That's the secret. You put yourself first, and that is the masculine imperative. I don't care what anybody else tells you. Be as selfish as possible. Be as narcissistic as possible. Because the truth is that narcissism and that selfishness, if you so choose, I hope you are a good man listening to this. I do not want you to use this for evil. If you so choose one day to be selfless, you can. Because you prioritized yourself, you became powerful, and now you have the power to sacrifice for others. You have the power to give love to others. You can only give love to others if you have something to sacrifice for them.